You just finished an oil change. You're proud of yourself. But what if I told you the next 60 seconds could start killing your engine from the inside? Mechanics already know this. They see the damage every single day. Engines that should have lasted another 100,000 miles, dead at 60,000. All because of mistakes made right after an oil change that the owner never knew they made. Here's what should bother you. This information isn't hidden, it's just never taught, not by the dealership, not by the quick lube, because when your engine fails early, someone profits. And it's not you. These are 12 dumb things people do right after an oil change that silently destroy engines. Plus a bonus mistake at the end that almost everyone makes, even drivers who swear they know what they're doing. Mistake number 12, the crush washer gamble. This one leaks oil constantly and almost nobody thinks about it. That little metal ring on your drain plug isn't decoration. It's a crush washer. It's designed to compress once, seal once, and never be used again. But most people pull the plug, set the washer aside, and screw it right back on with the same flattened ring. Here's what happens. A new crush washer is slightly raised. When you tighten the bolt, it flattens and fills the gap between the plug and the pan. Perfect seal. But once it's been crushed, it can't compress again. Reuse it and you're left with micro gaps. Gaps that leak? At first, it's just a film of oil around the plug. Easy to ignore. But that film turns into drips. Drips turn into a puddle. And if you're not checking your oil level regularly, you won't know until the engine starts knocking. A new crush washer costs less than $1. Skipping it can cost you an engine. Any trained technician replaces this every single time. Most drivers don't even know it exists. And if you think a tiny washer is easy to overlook, the next mistake contaminates your fresh oil before it even reaches the engine. Mistake number 11, the dirty funnel trap. You're about to pour 4 quarts of clean synthetic oil into your engine. But what's sitting inside that funnel you grabbed from the shelf? Dust, old oil residue, dirt, maybe a dead bug, and all of it goes straight into your engine the moment you start pouring. Most people use the same funnel for years without cleaning it. It sits in the garage collecting debris between oil changes. Then they wonder why their fresh oil looks dirty after just a few hundred miles. But it gets worse. Some drivers skip the funnel entirely and pour straight from the bottle. One slip, one splash, and you've got oil running down the side of the engine block, pooling on the exhaust manifold, and smoking for weeks. Here's what the pros do. They use a clean funnel every time. They wipe it out before pouring. And they never let the bottle lip touch anything except clean plastic. Your engine's oil system is designed for precision. Introducing contaminants at the fill point defeats the entire purpose of the oil change. Clean equipment isn't optional. It's the difference between protection and pollution. The next mistake is quieter. No mess, no smell. But it slowly starves your engine of the protection it was designed for. Mistake number 10, the wrong filter fitment. The filter threads on. It doesn't leak. Job done, right? Not even close. Here's what most drivers don't realize. Oil filters aren't just sized by threads. They're engineered for specific flow rates, bypass valve pressures, and filter media density. Just because a filter physically fits doesn't mean it belongs on your engine. Use a filter with the wrong bypass valve rating and oil can bypass filtration completely when pressure spikes. Use one with insufficient flow capacity and your engine starves at high RPM. Use cheap media and particles pass right through, grinding your bearings from the inside. The scary part? Your dash stays dark. Engine sounds fine. Just accelerated wear happening invisibly, mile after mile. This is why dealerships stick to OEM spec filters. They know a $3 savings on a filter can mean $3,000 in engine damage. Check your owner's manual. Cross-reference the part number. If you're not sure, ask someone who is. The wrong filter won't announce itself. It just quietly shortens your engine's life. And the next mistake? This one ruins engines constantly, and it hides in plain sight every single time. Mistake number 9, the double gasket disaster. This one destroys engines constantly and almost nobody checks for it. When you remove an old oil filter, sometimes the rubber gasket stays behind. It sticks to the engine block and you don't see it. So you grab the new filter, screw it on, and now you've got 2 gaskets stacked together. They don't seal. They can't. At first it's just a few drops under the car, easy to miss, but once the engine heats up and pressure builds, those drops become a stream. Oil drains out faster than you'd believe. And because slow leaks don't trigger any sensor, most drivers keep going until the bearings are already damaged. Shops see this failure every single week. One quick look and they know exactly what happened. After removing the old filter, run your finger around the mounting surface. Feel for that stuck ring of rubber. It takes 3 seconds. Skipping it can cost you $3,000. And if you think that's the only filter mistake, the next one is worse. It doesn't leak. It starves your engine the moment you turn the key. Mistake number 8, the empty filter fiasco. Most people have no idea they're doing this. They screw on a brand new filter, bone dry, and start the engine like nothing's wrong. Here's what happens. A dry filter takes time to fill. While it's filling, your engine runs with almost zero oil pressure. Pistons slide against cylinder walls. Bearings grind without protection. It's called a dry start. One won't kill your engine, but over time, they add up. Think about how many oil changes you've done. How many times someone else did it for you? If the filter went on dry every time, that's dozens of dry starts your engine has absorbed. Nothing alerts you. Just silent wear building year after year. The fix takes 10 seconds. Before installing, pour a little fresh oil inside the filter. Not full, just enough to wet the media. When you start the engine, pressure builds instantly. Professionals never skip this step. The question is, has anyone ever done it for your car? The next mistake doesn't starve your engine, it drowns it, and that's when things get expensive fast. Mistake number 7, the overfill catastrophe. More oil means more protection, right? That's what most people think. And that's exactly why so many engines get destroyed by the people trying to protect them. When you overfill, the oil level reaches the crankshaft. The crank starts whipping through it like a blender, churning air into the liquid and turning it into foam. Foamy oil doesn't lubricate. It doesn't protect. It just circulates through your engine pretending to work while bearings and pistons grind themselves apart. But it gets worse. That pressure has to go somewhere. Seals bulge. Gaskets fail. Oil leaks from places that never leaked before. All because you added an extra half quart thinking you were being careful. The dipstick markings exist for a reason. That space between minimum and maximum is engineered for your engine's exact capacity. Go above that line and you're gambling. Add oil slowly. Check the dipstick after every pour. Park on level ground or the reading lies. Too little oil kills engines slowly. Too much kills them faster. And the next mistake proves how fast things go wrong when you skip one simple step most people forget. Mistake number 6, the forgotten final check. You drained the old oil. You replaced the filter. You poured in the new oil and tightened everything. Job done, right? This is where most people stop. And this is exactly where engines start dying. After you refill, the dipstick lies to you. It shows full because the oil is sitting in the pan. But the moment you start the engine, that new filter soaks up oil like a sponge. Passages fill, pressure builds, and suddenly your oil level drops. If you don't recheck, you're driving around underfilled without knowing it. Extra wear on every component, heat building where it shouldn't, your fresh oil change already failing before you leave the driveway. But here's the other reason this step matters. Leaks reveal themselves right here. That double gasket you missed shows now. That drain plug you didn't tighten, you'll see the puddle forming. Run the engine for 60 seconds, shut it off. Wait a moment, pull the dipstick, confirm the level, check underneath for drips. 2 minutes of rechecking saves you from a roadside breakdown. And if you think forgetting to recheck is bad, the next mistake guarantees your new oil is already contaminated. Mistake number 5, the ice-cold drain. This one seems harmless. Pop the drain plug, let the oil pour out, move on. But if that engine was cold when you started, you just guaranteed your new oil is already dirty. Cold oil is thick. It clings to everything. When you drain it cold, a huge portion stays trapped inside. It coats the walls, hides in passages, and pools in corners of your oil pan. Then you pour in fresh oil and it mixes with all that leftover sludge. Your brand new synthetic, already contaminated. This is day 1 training at any shop. Warm the engine first. 5 minutes of idle time. That's all it takes. Warm oil flows like water, carries the contaminants out, and leaves your engine actually clean. There's another problem most people ignore. When you drain oil, it splashes. Debris from underneath your car can fall right into the pan. Dirt that sat on your skid plate for months ends up mixing with your fresh oil. A clean catch pan matters more than you think. Contaminants get back in faster than you'd believe. Cold drain, dirty pan. Contaminated oil. Your engine pays the price every mile. The next mistake is smaller, but it causes leaks that drive people crazy for months. Mistake number 4, The dry ring dilemma. This mistake looks too small to matter, but it's why oil changes end in leaks more often than you'd believe. The rubber O-ring on your oil filter is the only barrier between your engine oil and your driveway. That little ring has to seat perfectly or it fails, and rubber doesn't like dry friction. Install a filter with a dry gasket, and that rubber can twist, pinch, or tear in ways you can't see. At first, nothing happens. But once the engine heats up and pressure builds, that tiny imperfection becomes a slow drip, then a steady leak. And most drivers blame the filter, blame the car, blame everything except the real cause. The fix is embarrassingly simple. Dip your finger in clean oil, run it around the rubber ring. That thin film lets the gasket slide into place and seat perfectly. One more thing, wipe the mounting surface clean before you install. A single speck of debris can ruin the seal and cause a leak that haunts you for months. If you're learning something from this, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We expose the truth about car care every single week. Now let's talk about the next mistake. This one has destroyed more engines than almost anything else on this list. Mistake number 3, the Hulk bolt blunder. This one physically hurts to talk about because it's so preventable, and it ruins engines constantly. Most people think tighter means safer. They grab a wrench, crank the drain plug with everything they've got, and walk away proud. What they don't realize is they just strip the threads out of their oil pan. Once that happens, you're not looking at a quick fix. You're looking at a new pan, a gasket, hours of labor, and a bill north of $500. Here's what nobody explains. The drain plug doesn't seal with force. It seals with a small crush washer. Once that washer compresses and the bolt seats, you're done. Every extra turn after that stretches metal, cracks aluminum, and carves up threads that can't be replaced. Same goes for the oil filter. People crank it on like they're arm wrestling. All that does is crush the gasket and guarantee a leak. There's only one way to know you've tightened correctly: a Torque wrench. Most drain plugs need just 20 to 30 foot-pounds. That's it, not gorilla strength, just the spec. If you've been over-tightening for years, check for slow leaks around the plug. Damaged threads hold for a while, then fail without warning. The next mistake is quieter. No leaks, no visible damage. But it voids warranties and destroys engines from the inside. Mistake number 2, the wrong oil trap. You'd think oil is oil, pour it in and drive. But that one assumption has killed more engines than bad driving ever could. Every engine is designed for a specific viscosity. 5W30, 0W20. These numbers aren't marketing, they're engineering. Use oil that's too thick and your engine struggles on cold starts. Components wear faster because the oil can't flow where it's needed. Use oil that's too thin and it breaks down under heat, leaving metal grinding against metal. Modern engines make this worse. Turbocharged systems run hotter. Tolerances are tighter. Many require full synthetic with specific additive packages just to function. Pour in the wrong oil and you're not just hurting performance. You could be voiding your warranty entirely. The fix is simple. Check your owner's manual. That little book tells you exactly what your engine needs. One more warning. Counterfeit oil is more common than you'd think. Online. In stores you'd trust. If a deal seems too good, it probably is. Saving $5 today can cost you $5,000 tomorrow. But even with the right oil poured correctly, the next mistake ignores the one warning your car is literally begging you to see. And this is where engines go to die. Mistake number 1, the dashboard denial. This is the biggest mistake on this list. And almost every driver has made it. Your car has an oil life monitor. It tracks temperature, load, cold starts, how hard you drive. When that light comes on or that percentage hits 0, your car isn't guessing. It's telling you the oil is done, additives spent, protection gone. But here's what most people do. They see the light and think it's a suggestion. They tell themselves they'll get to it next week, they push it another 500 miles, then another 1,000. The whole time, their engine runs on oil that can't do its job anymore. Oil doesn't just get dirty, it breaks down chemically. Once it's past its limit, it turns into sludge. That sludge clogs passages, starves components, and bakes onto surfaces. By the time you notice a problem, the damage has been building for months. Here's what should really concern you. Many modern cars log every skipped oil change in the computer. When you sell or trade in, the dealer plugs in a scanner and sees everything. Delays, ignored warnings, and your resale value drops instantly. When the dashboard says it's time, that warning isn't annoying you. It's trying to save your engine. Now here's the bonus mistake we promised. This one happens in the first 60 seconds after every oil change. The instant drive off. You finish the oil change. Everything's buttoned up. You start the car and drop it into gear. Big mistake. When you start the engine after an oil change, the system needs time. The new oil has to circulate, the filter has to fill, pressure has to build through every passage before your engine is truly protected. Drive off immediately, and you're asking components to work before the oil even reaches them. Those first 30 to 60 seconds are critical. Most people skip them because they're impatient or simply don't know. The fix couldn't be easier. Start the engine. Let it idle for 60 seconds. Watch the oil pressure gauge if you have one. Listen to the engine settle. That short pause gives the oil time to protect before you ask anything of it. And here's a tip most people never hear. If you really want to know what's happening inside your engine after an oil change, cut the old filter open. You'll see everything: metal shavings, sludge, debris. That's how professionals spot problems early, before they turn into failures. 1 minute of patience protects an engine most people spend years paying off. 12 mistakes. 12 ways people destroy their engines right after doing something that's supposed to protect them. Now you know what mechanics see every day. You know what dealerships won't teach. And you know why some engines last 300,000 miles while others barely survive 60. Which mistake have you seen someone make? Which one have you made yourself? Drop it in the comments. Your experience might save someone else's engine and a lot of their money. If this helped you, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We expose the truth about car care every single week, the stuff nobody else wants to talk about. And if you want to know which car brands are built to last and which ones are ticking time bombs, watch the video on screen now. We ranked every brand from worst to best, and the results are going to surprise you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.